as a fan of a team who is likely going to face one of those two teams in the playoffs, I'm way more scared of the Cowboys.
Who is the team to beat in the NFC right now?
Philadelphia Eagles.
No, it's not. It's the team that just killed the other team, 54-19. And they did that on a bad game. Dak did not play a great game. But since Dak has come back from injury, the Dallas Cowboys, since Dak has come back from injury, the Cowboys are averaging 37 points a game. That is unreal.
I've seen the future. I know that he's about to at some point bring in the argument that the Eagles struggled to beat the Colts and that the Cowboys just blew out the Colts. And
let's just relive those. The Eagles beat the Colts 17-16. The Cowboys beat them by like 40.
And as Bill Parcells once said, you are what your record is. The Eagles have the best record in the NFL. Not only do they have a top 5 offense, they have a quiet top 10 defense. Their defense is matching that production to hold the Titans to 10 points, and they didn't even turn the ball over. It's not like the Titans came out and were like turning the ball over. They
held Derrick Henry to like 30 yards.
6 sacks. The Eagles defense is now matching their offense, and because of that, when the playoffs are going to run through Lincoln Financial, that's why I'm saying the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFC. They're the team to beat, regardless of how the Cowboys have played.
Honestly, obviously everyone knows I'm a 49er fan, and like whatever, that sucks. We'll talk about that later, I'm sure. But as a fan of a team who is likely going to face one of those two teams in the playoffs, I'm way more scared of the Cowboys than I am of the Eagles.
Really?
Way more scared of the
Talk
Cowboys.
to me nice, Pops.
Third party coming in.
Talk to me nice.
At least, so first of all, the way the Niners...
Hold on. If you had Jimmy, too. This is not a Brock Purdy thing. Interesting.
I don't think the quarterback play matters that much. But I think the Cowboys' offense is just... It's filthy. It's
scary.
Disgusting right now. They can beat you in every single way with the run, with the pass, with whatever you want. The defense has one of the best defense players in football, Micah Parsons. Trayvon Diggs is him. He's one of the best corners in football right now. And then I think when you look at the Eagles, A.J. Brown is awesome. Jalen Hurts is awesome. Miles Sanders, that running. Their offense is great. Their defense is super gettable, I think. As a 49er fan, what's their biggest weakness of that entire team is run defense, right?
Run defense, yeah.
We're going to run all over their goddamn ass.
What did Derrick Henry do?
Derrick Henry, dude, if you can't get the pass game going at all,
you can stack the box. Ryan Tannehill's been horrible. Freaking Malik Willis got plays.
They also had 6 sacks.
I'm just saying.
Quinn? Jordan Davis isn't even back yet?
Sure, cool. As the 49ers, I'd way rather play the Eagles because we match up better with them than the Cowboys. When you look at offenses, the Cowboys is just, I think it's a more electric one.
I'll give credit to the Cowboys.
I
think they're peaking at the right time. But for me, this inability for us to credit the Eagles, and I did it this entire where it's like I'm worried about their schedule. They obviously haven't played great teams. But I'm starting to see that defense come alive. And I think with Jordan Davis coming back, with Jalen Hurts, who's even for a multitude of weeks, I was sitting here being like, he's not playing that crazy. He's having rushing touchdowns and everything. He's making the throws you need to make, but he hasn't looked like a pocket passer. And some of those throws to A.J. Brown were spectacular. That was an MVP-like performance. So when I look at the Philadelphia Eagles, and for it to be able to run through Lincoln Financial, if that defensive line can get going, the Eagles and the Cowboys are on a collision course right now for that NFC Championship, and it's going to be a fantastic matchup. I think the team to beat has to be the Eagles because they have the best record in the NFC.
If Jimmy was still healthy, would you guys be saying something a little different? I know you wouldn't be saying anything different. Would you be saying anything different?
No, because at the end of the day, I think, yes, defense wins championships and offense wins headlines, but the offense at the end of the day in this passing league has to put up points, and I have more faith in the Cowboys and the Eagles passing game and offense in general to put up points than I would about the Niners. And
especially with Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying if Jimmy didn't get hurt, because that's a whole different story.
If Jimmy didn't get hurt, I could go also on about how we want to remove the Niners out of the conversation. Maybe they're not like closer to that third spot, but to me, they're still better than the Vikings. Brock Purdy, he might be Mr. Relevant, but he was fully relevant.
I was about to say, I'll be totally honest. I think the Niners do deserve to still be in this conversation because
I do too, but I didn't want to really get into it.
Jimmy G is obviously a proven winner, but he's not like the most elite quarterback. And then they put in this guy Brock Purdy yesterday, who comes out, has a great game. We need to see him start a full game and finish the game and see if he can actually perform. But they still prove that they can plug and play and put in a guy even like Brock Purdy.
I'm curious to see what can happen when you give him those first team reps all the time. One thing that does help is that this whole year he's been the scout team quarterback. He's going up against the Niners defense every single day. The best defense in football. That helps. He looked really good in the preseason too, which who the knows? Skylar Thompson looked good in the preseason.
Yeah, exactly.
Booty hole. But that was just a random straight Skylar Thompson.
That's a good point. It's a valid point.
No, he's the best Skylar in the NFL.
Name another. I like what his teammates have said good stuff about him. Before he even started here, Fred Warner's he's got that dog in him. Nick Bosa's dude, there's something different about him. He walks around, you can just tell some guy has that it factor. He has that, but he was drafted last overall for a reason. I just don't know what we got.
The Niners are not a team that you can count out. Everyone's going to talk about the Cowboys. Everyone's going to talk about the Eagles. Yes, you lost Jimmy G.
I agree with that.
But he might be Mr. Irrelevant from the draft, but he was fully relevant against the Dolphins. That was a quarterback that made every single throw, and as a Dolphins fan, like, we threw everything at him.
He missed a lot that Jimmy makes.
They disguised coverages all game. And I still think I saw Brock Purdy sitting in the pocket.
They brought the heat at him all day,
Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year. That entire defense is going to keep them afloat. You're not going to ask Brock Purdy to do much, but if he can make those throws and sit in the pocket, don't rule out the 49ers in the NFC. Who do you say?
I also think it's the Eagles. I'll be totally honest.
You know what I want to say. I want to say the Niners, but it's the Cowboys.
Yeah, the team to beat in the NFC is the Cowboys. Although I do agree with you. You can only control what your record is. But then again, the Vikings, use that same argument for the Vikings, right? So, like, if we're going to use it with the Eagles, then the Vikings are the second best team in the NFC.
I'm going to say the Eagles, so it's 2-2. Dennis, who's the team to beat in the NFC? The Eagles or the Cowboys?
Cowboys. Who's the team to beat in the NFC? Let us know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and let us know what you want us to talk about next week.